Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about whether or not Bitcoin is going to be going to 30K in the next couple of days or not. My own personal opinion, not financial advice. And I'm also going to go ahead and talk about some of the more important metrics that we can find on CryptoQuant as well, including what miners have been up to and the profitability of Bitcoin. Okay, but before we get to that, be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit that like button, and be sure to follow me on X. Bitcoin has been incredibly strong over the last 7 days. You can see we're up almost 7% in a week, while we have traditional equities which have been down. Okay, Bitcoin has shown strength, and I keep saying this because it's important to realize the position that Bitcoin has in a potential portfolio, at least in my portfolio, and that is that it is an asset. It is a piece of digital property. Okay, it is a commodity. All right, and as a commodity, just like a gold, it should be trading like gold and not like a speculative tech stock. And so what we've seen in the past month, even week, even I would say in the past couple of months, is that it's been trading like gold and not like a speculative tech stock and just following the QQQ. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our Bitcoin chart TA here, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. We are actually in a fairly long uptrend that started all the way back in, well, let's say about the 1st or so of September. Okay, so we've been on this uptrend for almost 2 months, and so far, Bitcoin is on pace to break above 30K as long as this trend holds. So I have this nice little outlined uptrend here. We've seen several times in which it's tried to break out of this uptrend here, and it's been sold off several times. And we've also seen times in which it's tried to break down under it, and it has not been able to break down under it. So as long as this uptrend holds here, I do believe we're going to go back up to 30K. Now, whether or not we get through 30K is another story. Bitcoin right now is at about 64 on the daily RSI, which means that we're very close to being overbought, okay? But that being said, it could still have some more room left to run. We could actually see it run above 70, which would technically be overbought, but that would be what would be required in order to push above 30K, all right? And I think that we're going to wind up seeing Bitcoin continue to move sideways here as it searches for some additional strength and momentum to push it higher to 30K. Right now, we've seen very strong momentum, especially off of that fake news that was reported about the Bitcoin spot ETF. But it's just going to show you the fact that Bitcoin lately has been fairly strong. And if we take a look at the dollar index, on the other hand, we can see the dollar index in the past couple of days hasn't really gone anywhere. And this has let Bitcoin breathe a little bit. We've seen the dollar index mostly move sideways, unable to push above this strong resistance point here at 107. And as long as it stays under this level, I'm feeling very bullish about Bitcoin's chances. If the strength of the dollar goes up, Bitcoin tends to suffer as a result. And so we will see, hopefully, that the dollar index will stop after it's just an absolutely monster run. You can zoom out here and you can just see that ever since back in July, it has just been nonstop, like an elevator going all the way up here, right? So that's what we want to see. We want to see it actually stop at a resistance point and then hopefully hit its head on it and move down. Now, next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some very interesting information coming from the futures market. So the futures market has shown here, you take a look at the funding rate, negative funding rate since yesterday, okay? Negative funding rate since yesterday, so we're starting to see shorts start to pile up into Bitcoin. We've seen open interest increase. The number of shorts positions have increased. There are many people who have been buying these shorts up here at about almost 28,700, 28,500. They've been buying those futures contracts short, okay, and thinking that Bitcoin has hit its head of resistance, and then now it's going to be going down, okay? So that's right now where traders are betting. They're betting Bitcoin is going to be going down, okay? We can take a look at this. We can see huge short positions right now piling up for Bitcoin. So that means that if Bitcoin shows any sort of resilience whatsoever, or let's say has another piece of good news come out, okay, these shorts will get completely annihilated. These shorts will be gone. We'll see something similar to like we've seen back on the 16th of October, in which you have this massive short liquidation position here, and we saw the Bitcoin price move much higher as a result. Now, if we get any sort of positive news, this will jettison us up to 30K. I have no doubt. We're going to go back up, we'll hit 30K, and then probably sell off again. But any sort of good news, and all these shorts get evaporated. In fact, if we take a look at the liquidation heat map, we can see here that all it's going to take is for Bitcoin to just go above here at about 29K. And there's a pretty large amount of liquidity here sitting at about 29K. Now, on the other side, we have the most massive amount of liquidity here. I'd say about 28, and then below that at about 27,800. So if Bitcoin actually goes below that and actually hits down past 27,800, then we can see some significant long liquidations on the other side. Okay, so Bitcoin, we're seeing liquidation, we're seeing liquidity build at the top, and we're seeing liquidity build at the bottom, and we're starting to see some incredible volatility in both of those levels. But on the other hand, I'm also want to go ahead and show you guys the short-term versus long-term supply. Long-term supply right now has hit a new all-time high of about 84%. So 84% of Bitcoin owners right now, or 84% of wallets that hold Bitcoin, have held for greater than 139 days. Okay, so this is very good news. It's excellent news. This is an all-time high. It has never been this high before. If you back this all the way out here, you take the price out, you can see that it has never been this high before. The level of conviction right now amongst Bitcoin holders is at an all-time high, and that is a very encouraging sign because they are most likely not going to sell. In fact, if we look at exchange reserves, what we can see is over the past about month, we continue to see the Bitcoin exchange reserve, or the number of Bitcoin on exchanges, continue to go down. In fact, it's very close to approaching about 2 million, okay? It's just slightly off of that level. But we actually saw a pretty large drawdown here from about the 12th of October and going all the way down to about the 19th, so about a week or so, we've seen almost, using very rough math, probably about 40,000 Bitcoin leave exchanges, and that has been a primary driver, I think, of the huge price increase that we've seen over the past couple of days. We're seeing renewed interest and renewed demand for Bitcoin. This also could have something to do with the fact that, again, that Cointelegraph news that wasn't news and was fake information. This could be some additional buying based off of that, and some speculation that a spot ETF is going to be coming sooner than later. Now, if you take a look at our miners reserve, or the number of Bitcoin and miners wallets, what we're seeing over the past couple of days is actually a pretty steady increase, or at least sideways action. Miners are not selling right now. They are gathering their Bitcoin. They do not want to let their Bitcoin part at 28,000. They're waiting for another run up, probably do it 30K, maybe even higher than that, to actually wind up selling. So we're not seeing much selling pressure from the mining community. But from those that are selling, we take a look at the spot output profit ratio, giving us an idea of profitability for Bitcoin. And I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this and just put up the simple moving average, because it's a little bit less, the data is a little bit easier to understand. Using the simple moving average for the 7-day, we can see here that over the last, call it about a month or so, that it's been above 1, and it's been above 1 pretty consistently. So what that means is that people who have been selling in profit. Not a big surprise when you consider that a lot of people were buying at, again, about 26,000, 27,000, and now we're at about 28K. So this is a good sign, the fact that people who are selling in profit and not panic selling at a loss. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the total crypto market cap, okay? So we've seen this kind of move up and down a little bit, but it's mostly been up over about the last month or so. If we take a look at the 3 months, we can see the total crypto market cap has continued to move up ever since August's huge dump. Now, if we take a look at the altcoin market cap, however, we get a different story, and the altcoin market cap has been going down. Okay, so we've seen a large amount of altcoins seemingly people exiting out of their altcoin positions And what it looks like, especially if you compare this to the stablecoin market cap and this huge rise up for the stablecoin market cap, we can start to see that there are people who have been selling their altcoins and instead buying stablecoins. That's what it looks like to me. That we have two kind of similar opposite moves here within the past couple of days, with the altcoins continue to go down and stablecoins staging a remarkable recovery over the past month. However, that being said, stablecoins continue to head down overall over the long term, but this large little rally here at the back end is actually pretty significant. And what this could mean is that there is more fear in the market. People are selling their altcoins and either going to Bitcoin or they're going to stablecoins, and they're waiting for a new alt season. Okay, they're waiting for a new alt season. That's what it seems like from me. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think, and if you're planning on buying any Bitcoin, if you're going to sell, if you think you're going to be holding on to what you have. I plan on holding on to what I have. I haven't bought any Bitcoin. I am just waiting to see if we cross this threshold and we can get a nice move above 38K, and hopefully that will continue with the strong momentum we've seen over the past couple of weeks. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Have a fantastic day.